Understanding online casino legality in Australia requires navigating a unique framework that many Aussie players encounter daily. The Interactive Gambling Act creates a specific situation where the law targets casino operators rather than individual players, which shapes how Australians access online casino games in 2026. This framework means that while operators cannot legally offer traditional casino games like slots, blackjack, or roulette to Australian residents from within the country, individual players who access offshore platforms don't face prosecution for playing these games. The distinction matters significantly because you're not breaking the law by playing European blackjack or European roulette at an international casino, but the offshore operator technically violates Australian law by accepting your custom. This explains why most online casinos serving Australian players operate from international jurisdictions with proper licensing from gaming authorities in places like Malta, Curacao, or Gibraltar. Australian gambling laws specifically permit sports betting and racing through licensed domestic operators, but traditional online casino games remain restricted for providers operating within Australia. The framework allows pre-match betting while restricting in-play wagering on most sporting events, creating a clear divide between what domestic operators can offer and what remains off-limits. Interestingly, games like live dealer blackjack exist in this grey zone where offshore platforms offer them to Aussie players, despite domestic restrictions. State and territory regulators oversee permitted gambling products differently across Australia, which creates varied experiences depending on where you live, though the Federal Interactive Gambling Act applies nationwide when it comes to online casino games. Before accessing offshore casino platforms, understanding the distinction between legal access and legal provision becomes essential for Australian players. Choose offshore casinos with strong reputations and proper international licensing from recognised gaming authorities, as these licenses ensure the platforms operate under regulatory oversight, even if they're not Australian licensed. Look for platforms offering opt-out mechanisms and responsible gambling tools, since Australian reforms increasingly emphasise player protection measures like deposit limits, self-exclusion options, and reality checks. Games like European roulette remain accessible through international sites that accept Australian players, though domestic operators cannot legally offer these traditional casino games. Always verify that payment methods work reliably for Australian accounts, as some international payment processors handle Australian transactions differently than domestic ones. The practical reality for Australian players in 2026 is that while the law targets operators offering online casino games rather than individual players accessing offshore platforms, choosing licensed offshore sites with strong player protections remains the safest approach for those who decide to play at international casinos that accept Aussie players.